Good morning and welcome to News First Prime Time Sunrise.
Hello there, a very good morning to you. It's the 24th of November 2014. Elections are drawing closer. We at the News First desk will keep you prepared on what's happening and what's not. Let's start off first with a look at the stories making headlines tonight. In this morning's headlines, final budget reading to take place today. JHU undecided on presidential candidate. Accepting of deposits for presidential election to commence. Sports news, Britain Lewis Hamilton wins the F1 World Championships for a second time. Starting off with your local news this morning, the third budget reading debate will be held today. However, the Jathika Helorume has decided to abstain from voting at the third reading of the 2015 budget. The media spokesperson of the party, Nishantha Sri Warnasinghe, has stated that the party has decided to remain independent in Parliament. Now, the Jathika Helorume says they are yet to decide on whether they will express their support for the common opposition candidate Maithripala Sirisena during the 2015 presidential election. JHU media spokesperson Nishantha Sri Warnasinghe has stated that discussions are being held within the party relating to the matter.
We are currently holding a discussion within the party to decide on whether we are to support Maithripala Sirisena, and if we are, based on what principles are we supporting him. We will hold discussions with Maithripala Sirisena as well. We hope these discussions will be positive ones. Whether we will support the common candidate or not will be decided based on the success of these discussions and the response given. However, we have not arrived at a decision as yet as a party.
ප්‍රතිචාරය මත කෙසේ නමුත් තවම අපි ජාතික හෙළවුරුමේ විදියට තීරණයකට එළඹිලා නැහැ.
Meanwhile, the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress says it will reach a decision on whom to support at the upcoming presidential election after the candidates have put forward their manifestos.
Members of Parliament and the Provincial Council representing the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress met this morning and deliberated for nearly 5 hours in connection with the stand to be taken by the SLMC at the forthcoming presidential elections. The consensus was reached by the members that we should go through the manifestos of the prospective candidates and then make a decision on this matter. Therefore, we adjourned to meet again after the publications of the manifestos, and then we will submit a recommendation to our decision-making body, the High Command of the SLMC.
Now, News First made inquiries from the Janata Vimukti Peramana as to whether they will support the common opposition candidate. General Secretary of the party, Tilvin Silva, stated that the action plan of the JVP in relation to the presidential election will be announced today.
The stance of the JVP and the actions that will be taken ahead of the 2015 presidential polls will be announced today. We were observing the latest developments and we have now established the stance. We will be announcing the action plan of the JVP today.
Accepting of deposits in view of the presidential election will commence today. The Election Secretariat stated that deposits can be made from today until 5th December on weekdays from 8:30 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. Deposits will be accepted by the Chief Accountant of the Department of Elections from today until the 7th of December from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. The Election Secretariat stated that all candidates should make the deposit before nomination. A sum of 50,000 rupees is required to be deposited for a candidate nominated by a recognized political party, while the amount to be deposited by an independent candidate is rupees 75,000. The 2014 electoral register will be used for the presidential election. With the presidential election drawing closer, election monitors point out that 500 police officers had received transfers. Director of PAFRL, Rohan Hettiarachchi, states that 350 of the officers who were transferred belong to the Special Investigations Unit of the Inspector General of Police. Well, the Executive Director of CAFE, Kirthi Thenakun, also spoke to Newsfirst.
517 police officers have been transferred during the past 3 weeks alone. A crisis has arisen due to this. With this issue in hand, CAFE spoke to the Elections Commissioner and requested that all the transfers be cancelled and place these police officers in their initial positions. We strongly believe that the Elections Department will take the necessary measures in this regard.
මේ නීතිය ආධිපත්‍ය මැතිවරණ ක්‍රියාවලිය සම්බන්ධයෙන් ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්නට කටයුතු කරයි කියලා.
We also managed to contact the police media spokesperson, SSP Ajit Rohana, to find out more regarding this. Good morning, SSP Rohana.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, speaking about these transfers, can you tell us as to why these transfers were effected?
Yeah, after the notification of presidential election, no transfer has been ordered. But before that, there had been transfers because there were vacancies in the police station, especially in respect of officers in charge of police station. And apart from that, recently 115 ASPs were promoted, and after their orientation course, we needed to deploy them. So therefore, some transfers had been ordered by the Secretary Law and Order. And in addition to that, especially the police special branch that is directly under the IG's supervision, we have attached over 350 officers to that particular branch to strengthen the unit, because especially during the election period, we need their duties. So they conduct their duties in Mufti. So therefore, to conduct a free and fair election and to get information immediately, their services are required. So therefore, we have strengthened the police special branch by transferring 350 officers.
Also, SSP Rohana, there are several incidents of election-related violence that are being reported. What has the police department done up to now to ensure that these incidents don't continue in the future?
Yes, especially we have a special plan in respect of the presidential election. Now, I think the nominations will start today. So therefore, during the nomination period, we have a special plan. And apart from that, after the nomination, till the poll day, we are going to deploy police officers in order to enforce the election law. And on the poll day, we have a special program. And apart from that, for the post-election period, we have a special plan. We have reinitiated the police election office at the police headquarters, and apart from that, we are going to establish police special operation rooms at division level. So every time we are going to monitor the situation and to take appropriate action against the lawbreakers and election violators.
All right, thank you very much. That was, of course, police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana. Now, Director of PAFRL, Rohan Hettiarachchi, says 350 of the officers who were transferred belong to the Special Investigations Unit of the IGP. Let's take a listen.
මේ මාරුවීම අතර පොලිස්පතිතුමාගේ
350 officers who belong to the Special Investigations Unit of the Inspector General of Police have been transferred. These transfers have been taken place in the run-up to the elections. Although it is not illegal to do such transfers, it does not gain people's trust by doing so. Therefore, we spoke in this regard to the Commissioner. Similarly, around 150 police officers have been transferred during the past 3 weeks alone. Even after the election dates have been officially announced, there have been transfers taking place. We have made aware of these issues to the Elections Commissioner and the SSP, and we believe that such issues will not crop up in the future.
අවශ්‍ය වැඩපිළිවෙල පොලිස්පතිතුමාත් ඒ වගේම මැතිවරණ කොමසාරිස්වරයාත් මැදිහත් වෙලා ක්‍රියා කරයි කියලා.
One person was injured in an accident that took place in the Aulegama area in Variyapola, Kurunegala. The accident took place when the cab in which 3 persons, including Provincial Council of the ruling party of the Northwestern Province, AHM Sahir, were travelling in, collided with a motorbike. The cab had been heading towards Putlam from Kurunegala when the incident took place. A correspondent stated that the driver of the motorbike sustained injuries and was admitted to the Nikavaratia base hospital. The injured is a resident of Nikavaratia. The driver of the cab has been taken into custody and the cab has been seized by the Variyapola police. And that wraps up Primetime Sunrise. We'll see you again with more of the very latest at 8:55.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.